Welcome back, where it is so lovely being you. School is about to start, and everyone is getting ready, preparing their clothing by going to school shopping. But are we talking to our children before even preparing to go to school? Are we preparing them mind-wise? You can always put on nice clothes, get in the shower, wash your face, brush your teeth. You can present yourself as so. But what about the innards? What about the brain? Are we preparing our children for the world for real? Are we teaching them that it is good to be good to humanity? It is good to be good to an animal. That it is good to interact without just gossiping. It is good to be a good person. When are we going to start implementing those values? Talking to them and letting them know that before you enter that school building, your mind should be right. It's time for us to really begin to think and take those basics into context. Our children are our future, right? So while we are preparing them to go to school, why not prepare them with a different form of armor? An armor that says, okay, I'm going to think the right way so that the words that come out of my mouth will be good and they will make people feel better. It will make our world better. It would implement a different perspective altogether. Not walk into the school and say, where'd you get new? Oh, those sneakers are old. Man, those are last year. My brother got those. Why are we always focused on the material gain? Not interested in preparing, or should I say, having a conversation of higher consciousness. Starting off the day with a better breakfast, some fruit, some water, some juice, freshly squeezed. We start preparing with fresh food, good food, and a mindset that is going to make change, that's going to uplift the vibration of not ourselves only, but the people in our surroundings. You see, water seeps its own level. So if water seeps in its own level and you're thinking negative thoughts, you're saying negative things, those children are going to pick that up, and that's what they're going to do. When they get to school, that's how they're going to talk. That's how they're going to prepare their life, and their foundation will be totally lost. What about the music we listen to? While you're dropping the kids off at school, are they listening to higher vibrational music? Or are they listening to, I'm going to kick your abrasive music? Let us begin to think about what it is that we're doing. For what it is that we're doing is actually investing in a society that is either good or bad. And how do we define bad? How do we define good? Some of us have not been taught better, so how are we supposed to be better? That's the reason why we have to make so many certain decisions so that we are setting a good example. There are adults who are not raised by their parents, may have gone through adoption, may have gone through foster care, may have been investing in all the wrong things because that's all they know. When that's all you know, that's all you can implement. And sometimes it takes someone of a higher consciousness to introduce you to some good things. I once dated a doctor, and the thing that I loved the most was the conversation, intellectual conversation. Not only intellectual conversation, but when we went out, it was a whole different, it's almost like you know how you perceive things, and someone else might perceive things on a different level. When you come together, you're planting seeds, the interaction of the conversation, the interaction of a different environment. Now, the good thing that I had going for me is that my great-grandfather introduced us to great parks. So I knew what a good introduction of a neighborhood would look like. And my father figure also, we used to sometimes take drives into other neighborhoods just to see how others live. For some reason, I always felt like that was supposed to be my life. I always wondered, how is it that I ended up in the circumstances that I was in? And another thing, sometimes these things are happening. They're not happening to you, but they're happening for you. Because without those introductions, perhaps I wouldn't know better. I had a spiritual advisor who taught me that your thinking should be on a certain level. Because if you think it, it can be prepared in such a way. And that was hard for me to sometimes digest, because all I saw was around me, And sometimes when all you see is what's around you, if that's not such a good condition, what happens? In order for us to be better, we have to start making better decisions, conscious decisions. When you start your day off in prayer, meditation, that's a great thing. But after that, what do you have? Are you introducing yourself to another language? Are you teaching yourself different things? A lot of online things. There's a lot of things you can find on this frequency right here. Going to YouTube and finding interesting things. The laundry introduced me to Happy TV, where I can watch only happy things on a screen. Sometimes that is a great thing. That would be a great thing for a person who has cancer. Now, I'm not a doctor, but I'm going to tell you that when you're looking at happier events and you're introducing yourself to more things that are high vibration, high vibrational foods, what's going to happen to you? Cancer has no place in an environment of someone's body. If you are eating high vibrational foods, fruits and vegetables, okay? It has no place in your body if you're happier in most cases than sad. So Happy TV would be a great introduction to that person. You know, there's so many different things that we could talk about here on this platform. But it's important that if people are going to come to anyone's channel, that they see more happy things. They see more high vibrational decision making, because maybe they can plan better. Our children need higher vibrational frequency. They need people who are going to be showing them better things. They need people in their life that are going to introduce happy and not so much sadness. They see enough of that when they're watching television. They see enough of that when they're being bullied on the playground. We have to begin with us. It has to start at home. Certain things, certain talks, certain vibrations begin at home. So before they go out to that playground, before they go out to that school, let us prepare them for what it is that they might meet by talking to them at home, by having that conversation at the table and saying, you know what, how was your day when they come home from school? Or maybe not so that, because you're so busy, maybe we can do that on the weekend. Introduce having breakfast at home as a family again. For our families have been doing a great deal of suffering, and we want to make sure that we change that. Great exchange in words, great exchange in a smile, great exchange in an experience. Let us not forget that. Let us embrace that. Let us love that. Okay? For it is so lovely being you.